Hello and welcome to your weekly staff video. I'm Becca.
I'm the hubby, Andrew, and baby Grace. Sucking away.
Okay, so we have a couple things we want to spend some time with you today. Number one, I hosted Doodles and Distance, and we had about 30 people between the two sessions come together, and it was so much fun. We created and we laughed and we learned new things, and people are so creative. So I'm actually going to show you some pictures of what that looked like for our creatives who came together and spent some time together. You'll see some faces you know, some new faces. We had some people from different states join us, some friends, family, sisters. It was so much fun. So I'm actually going to open up one more session of Doodles and Distance. So we have one more opportunity. If you weren't able to do those two sessions, you can join me one more time. I'm going to teach those specific types of doodles, and then I'm going to do more later, but it's going to be a different craft or technique, I guess you could say. So that's that with Doodles and Distance. Next, Andrew and I, tonight, we were watching a live stream of two authors that we really like. They authored the books that were part of our premarital counseling. We walked through their books, and we were watching their live stream tonight, and I did not realize as we were watching it and answering some questions that we were logged in as Blanchard Church of Christ PA on YouTube. So I want to show you this.
We just happen to be the fastest guessers in the live stream here.
There you go. Boom.
Whoa!
Blanchard.
So
Blanchard
fast.
Church of Christ in Pennsylvania. It was a whole congregation that answered this. It took that many people to get this right, but the answer is scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs. So there's the word eggs.
So, you know, in my mind, I think we're now best friends. That's what
He called us out twice on the stream for guessing them correctly, so we have a connection.
Yeah, we're besties, you know. It's kind of like I knew somebody who played the bass for Switchfoot when they came to town and their bassist was sick. This guy knew like all their songs by heart.
Yeah, so you're friends with Switchfoot. That's
So,
how it works.
yeah, I think that means, no, I mean Switchfoot, I think is what that means.
You're at least honorary.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple things. That reminded us of our premarital counseling. And we got to thinking, we're like, you know, in the middle of this pandemic, we're isolated, we're quarantined, we worry about our families, our children, our parents, but there's a lot, I would say maybe a lot fewer conversations going on about marriages and spouses being together in close proximity with each other for a really, really long time. Now, we are not professionals, and we are actually newbies on the scale of having been married. We've only been married for 2.5 years. But we want to tell you about something that we learned that was really, really powerful. It's by a man named Dr. Eggerichs. It's called the Crazy Cycle. We did not come up with it, but we want to share about that. Andrew's going to do that.
So the crazy cycle is a concept that Dr. Emerson Eggerichs talks about in his book Love and Respect, which was just one of the best resources that we used in preparing for our marriage and in growing an understanding of how men and women are wired uniquely and wonderfully by God, and how to embrace those differences and work cooperatively within the framework that he designed for us to thrive in. So the crazy cycle is what happens when what's called felt needs of a husband and a wife simultaneously are being violated or are not being met. The man is built with a need to feel respected by his spouse, and the woman is built with an equally powerful need to feel loved. And that doesn't mean that the man doesn't have a core need to feel loved and the woman doesn't have a core need to feel respected. What that means is that in conflict, once you stray past cooperative problem solving of the issue at hand, and into attacking the other person, when a conflict evolves into toxicity, what happens is that the man internalizes that by feeling disrespected, which then causes him to react defensively in an unloving way. The woman then feels unloved, reacts in a disrespectful way, and so on and so forth until the issue that you're arguing about was never the issue you started with. You're on different planets and you don't know how to get back. So what he suggests that we do in order to break out of the crazy cycle it has multiple parts. The first is to be operating under the assumption that your spouse is a person of goodwill. Assume the good in them, and that they wish the best for you, that they want to move past this conflict, that they want to resolve the issue, that they're not just fighting to fight, and put your faith in your ability to problem solve cooperatively, so that you can feel empowered to step out and take the first step to breaking the crazy cycle. And I say take the first step because it means that one of you has to throw a monkey wrench in there and kind of bite the bullet, be humble, to say, try and put yourself in the other person's shoes, to say, okay, I think we've missed the mark, we've buried the lead here. I think we're both hurting each other. I am sorry. That's key. You start by assuming personal responsibility, even if you feel like it's unfair. That's not the point. This is not a winning and losing game. I apologize for what I said, for what happened. I'm trying to see things from your point of view. I can see how you could have felt that way or thought this thing, because oftentimes there's a lot of unspoken. There's a lot of unspoken assumptions and rules of how we live our lives that couples operate within, but without really ever voicing them. So we can be looking at the same situation, be both desiring a good outcome, but someone's action is interpreted completely differently from how it was intended. And so breaking out of the crazy cycle means that I know that Becca needs to feel loved, and so to stop the crazy cycle when it's spiraling, I need to step out in love to actively reassure her in that moment where we are having this disagreement.
Not that we ever,
Oh yeah, never. Yeah. Like she said, we're semi-pros. I already got a baby and everything, and that opens the door for the other person to respond in kind. And you'd be amazed, well, obviously this is from Dr. Eggerich's words, to paraphrase him, that it really is fascinating to see just how quickly temperatures can decrease, and how quickly someone can turn around and be willing to own up to their own side of contributing to the fire and to the hostilities once one of you takes that first step. And once you do that, you can reframe the discussion. You can come back to a place of reassuring the other that I do love her and she does respect me. And when we both feel that those felt needs are being met, and that neither of those are at risk, that we're not at risk of losing respect or love or falling out of sync in those ways, then that kind of brings the walls down. It frees us up not to act defensively or to protect ourselves, but to be willing to be vulnerable and work together.
And so that was something that was really powerful for us to learn, the crazy cycle. And we are all living in close quarters that will initiate the crazy cycle, and the word he uses perfect is spiraling. So like I said, we're not pros, but hopefully that will equip you. Read more about it. Like I said, it's Dr. Emerson Eggerichs. He's got a lot of really good stuff. We loved his book, Love and Respect. There's information and courses and videos on Right Now Media, and our church is actually working to equip you with some subscriptions to that. So that's really cool. That's really going to be powerful for our church family. And Les and Leslie Parrott, they also have some really good marriage things as well. And I know if you reach out to Russ, he has a lot of good ideas. There's we can be a resource to you and point you in those directions if you'd like more things to support your marriage as you're walking through these uncharted territories. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about that. Also, we are, if you haven't heard the news, having a drive-in Easter service on Sunday. We're having 2 at 8:30 and 11. That's really important. We have gotten the go-ahead even after the recent issuance from the governor. We got the go-ahead from the local police, so we're doing everything above the board, above par, the good stuff.
Synonyms, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that. So just stay up to date with us through Facebook, email, all the ways that we connect together. The youth, we are still going strong. We're meeting on Zoom. I have a Bible study going right now with probably about 15 of my students who have wanted to do that through YouVersion. They are so stinking smart, and they are engaged, and they are bettering themselves, and they are pursuing relationships with Jesus, and I'm so proud of them. And we have had fun competitions, and we actually did a quarantine costume contest, and I'll have to show you the winner of that. It's been fun. We actually have a
race. We had some good submissions.
It was awesome. Like, my favorite caption was Greg's. Greg doesn't need a costume. He's hiding in the woods from Corona. So, Greg was, yeah, our winner was Aiden, so I'll show you those. It was wonderful. And we actually have a photo competition coming up that I'm going to be sending out that's church-wide, and we are going to ask you to recreate in the most creative way that you can a picture of a scene from the Easter story, and we're going to compile all of those and show those around Easter, if not on Easter. So I will be sending more information on about that. So we miss you guys, and we are so excited to still be striving for community in this time. If you need anything, let us know. If we can be of an encouragement and support from you from afar, let other people know that you're also in this with them, like you've been doing so beautifully. Our church family has risen, and this is what it looks like to be the hands and feet of Jesus, even when things are difficult. So we miss you guys, and we hope things are well, and let us know if we can be a support to you. Say goodbye, Gracie.
She's sleeping. She actually can't say goodbye.
Bye, friends.